Good morning. Been out at the compound for a few days now, just cleaning and caulking and sealing and sweeping and well, just trying to make sense of things. I just woke up. It's a beautiful day. It's not too hot. Screen doors wide open, letting beautiful fresh desert air in. But the first thing when I got up, the first thing I saw was this pile of boxes on the floor, and my sister goes, "Oh my God, you'll never guess what's under that box." Now, my first thought was that there was a giant friggin' scorpion under there because, well, I'll show you this scorpion we found the other day. Now, this building here, we were just kind of using for storage with the potential long-term goal of using it as a sort of a crafting room. And this is where I made my very first craft project out here. This giant scorpion we found in the Quonset hut. Look at the size of this thing. For reference, there's my finger next to it. That's a big old scorpion. But you can see I've got pins in it, so it's not going anywhere. But it was wild, man. Well, I was walking around in the Quonset hut with my sister, kind of taking inventory of what tools we had, and I'm wearing my flip-flops, and my sister goes, "Don't move your foot." I was like, "Huh." I froze. Until at first I kind of lifted my left foot, and she goes, "No, your other foot." And I looked down, and oh my God, this giant scorpion was right next to it. But fortunately, I think it was already kind of on its way out, because first of all, it was the middle of the day, and they don't usually come out in the middle of the day unless there's something wrong with them. And secondly, it was moving really sluggishly, like barely moving at all, honestly. We kind of like scooped it up and it lay on its back and curled up, and it didn't look like it was going anywhere fast. So what I did was I caught it in, there's a bunch of these ice cream buckets on the property. I guess the guy liked ice cream. So I slid a piece of cardboard under it, put the ice cream bucket on top of it, and closed it up in the ice cream bucket. I put the lid on the ice cream bucket, and then I let him sit in there for a while just to make sure he really wasn't going to like come back to life. And he didn't. It was very easy for me using this long pair of needle nose pliers that a viewer sent me. I was able to grab a hold of him, and then we found all these sewing pins when we were cleaning out this room the other day. So I pinned him in place because, well, we want to add him to our bug collection. I mean, with any luck, this will be the biggest scorpion we find here. Yikes. So, and he was in great shape because he just died. He wasn't all dried up yet, or none of his legs were broken off. So I very carefully, while he was still soft and pliable, arranged him, put pins in him, and then I even sprayed him with a few coats of clear coat, just to sort of preserve him. And then we found these electrical stickers, and I just put it on there because I thought it was funny. And what's really wild about this is everyone's been telling me that if you shine a black light on scorpions, they glow. And, well, I had never seen one while I had a black light handy before. So this was my perfect chance to test that out. And oh my God, it's true, and I'll show you. Another viewer sent me a blacklight flashlight right here. So we'll take this guy over where it's a little bit darker, probably full of more scorpions back here, and I'm wearing flip-flops again. Gotta be real careful around these parts. Just set him down. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll put him in this. We decided to make this sort of like a paint cabinet. So we'll put him in here, in the old paint cabinet. Now watch what happens when I light him up with this blacklight. Oh, look at that. Glows like a nuclear weapon. Oh my goodness. Yikers. Can you imagine getting up in the middle of the night to pee and turning your blacklight flashlight on just to see if the coast is clear, and then this giant thing starts glowing? Ooh. But anyway, that's not what's under this box in the living room, unfortunately. No, that would be too easy. Okay, I'll let my sis tell the story. What happened? You were sitting in here last night? Yeah, so I was watching my show, The Crown. Watching The Crown, sitting on the couch? Sitting on the couch, feeling all safe in English. And I had a blanket over my legs, and I put my feet down to get up, and something shot out, slithering in that creepy, ribbony pattern across the floor. I think it was having a hard time getting a grip. Oh, I had a hard time on the tile. Yeah. So I had enough time to go dump out the e-waste from the box that was yeah, we got a bunch of e-waste over that was in a cardboard box. Okay, so she trapped it under this box overnight. And it's funny because I woke up to pee in the middle of the night, and I didn't know any of this happened. This was right after I went to sleep. And I got high, so I was out like, woo, la la land. My poor sis in here dealing with all this. I woke up to pee in the middle of the night and I noticed there was like a blanket on the floor in front of the bedroom door and the light was on in the living room. Like, what is going on? Like, should I go turn the light on? Well, she probably left it on for a reason. Like, the blanket on the floor, I thought, oh, it must have just fallen down. No, she left the light on in case she had to get up and deal with the snake in the middle of the night, and she put the blanket under the door to keep the snake from getting in the bedroom while we're sleeping. I don't know how you slept at all, frankly. Anyway, here we are in the morning. The only drug we're having right now, my sister's having some caffeine. I'm still not drinking coffee, but we have to figure out how to get this snake out of the house. Okay, so in theory, it's still under this box. I mean, I don't see how it... You said it was pretty small snake, though.
It was pretty small, but I taped off that one corner that was big enough.
Oh, I see. She put a piece of tape here just in case, because it's a real skinny little snake, and you didn't see a rattle or anything.
I didn't see a rattle. It looked like just a little ribbony snake, but, you know, it was dark.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so the odds are it's still under that box. Well, and what makes all of this worse and why she was so skittish about it is the other night, you know, we've been trying to take a walk every evening at sunset to enjoy the beautiful desert, you know, after working all day. Well, the other night we're walking along in the desert and there was a little baby sidewinder coiled up in the ground in a little hole. Like it just blended right in with the ground. We walked right past it. My sister walked like maybe not a foot from it. And she was wearing Crocs, okay? And I was wearing flip-flops. It's so hot. It's really hard to wear boots here. I know.
We're going to get a real talking to.
Yeah, we're going to get a real talking to. Lesson learned, we understand. But anyway, the sidewinder was cool. It just stayed there all curled up, and we didn't know it was a sidewinder until, you know, we got a little ways past it, and I don't remember which one of us spotted it first. Like, oh, look, a snake all coiled up there. How cute. Is it a rattle? It's like, well, I don't see a rattle. By this time, we were about 6, 7 feet away from it. And I guess it heard us say, I don't see a rattle, because next thing you know, that it was a little tiny sidewinder baby, kind of uncoiled and started rattling. We were like, oh. And I had my camera with me, but I was just not thinking, and I didn't shoot any footage of it. Anyway, that just happened the other night. That's why my sis is so skittish about this. But we also have a plan. We want to get rid of the snake humanely. We don't want to kill it. A, it's almost certainly not venomous. She said there's no rattle. It's just a real skinny little snake. B, I don't know, even if it is a venomous snake, this is their home, you know what I mean? And we're just interlopers. So we want to try to dispose of it humanely. So to that end, we were thinking maybe slide this.
Oh, too much. Oh, did you see it? No, but it can come out that hole.
All right. I'm applying plenty of pressure so it has no...
But we don't want to just let it loose right at the door, do we?
Well, no.
If it's poisonous, we want it off the property.
Let's get it to the door so that way if it does jump out.
Yeah, okay. Oh, if it's dead in there.
I don't think it's dead. It's been sitting here overnight.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I tried to put the box on it, I kind of got its head.
Don't bite me today.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you want me to flip it over so that we can just... Is there anything in it?
It could be under the flap, but oh shit, if it's not in there, how the f would it have gone out?
Well, God, I mean, I guess it depends on how skinny it was. Shit, that means it's still in the house somewhere. Oh, no. Oh, bother. Oh. Okay, so after all that, the snake wasn't even in the box anymore. So that means, I mean, I didn't see it, so it must have been a really small, skinny snake, and it somehow escaped from under that box overnight, and it's in the house somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna look under every piece of furniture. I'm guessing it's not a poisonous snake. If it's that little, I don't know. I mean... Okay, it's day 3 living with a snake. The snake, we presume, crawled into the house sometime on Saturday. My sister saw it Saturday night. We spent all day Sunday tearing the house apart top to bottom, every single room, every single drawer, every single basket, caulking and sealing whatever cracks we could to prevent any future snakes from getting in or scorpions. We still don't know where it is. We never did find it. Our presumption is, well, it was either in the sofa, which we threw out in the front yard because we wanted to get rid of it anyway, or it could possibly be in these kitchen cabinets because there were some cracks big enough for a snake to get into down there. So my sister spent all day yesterday sealing and caulking, using great stuff, like closing off any place the snake could get out. So if the snake is in the house, it's probably somewhere behind these kitchen cabinets, or there is a chance it curled up under the refrigerator. I had some people tell me that was common. I posted about this on Facebook. And then some people said it also might have crawled into the stove because they want warmth. Well, it's hot out here right now. I don't think this snake was seeking warmth. I think the snake probably wanted a nice, cool, shady place. So our hunch is it's somewhere in those cabinets. So what we're going to do, it's trapped in there if it's in there. We're going to go to Home Depot. We got to get some more caulk and stuff anyways. But we're going to get a bug bomb, okay? You know those little foggers you set off that kill all the roaches in your house or whatever? And we're going to set that off next time we leave and gas the snake to death. Now, I know there's a lot of snake lovers watching this that were like, please don't kill the snake. And I wouldn't kill this snake if I could find it. Like when we tried to get it out of the box yesterday morning, our thought was we were just throw it back out in the desert and let it go on its happy little way. But unfortunately, I mean, just the thought of living with a snake somewhere in the house is too unsettling. So we're going to unfortunately try to gas it. Anyway, my sister also read online where sometimes you can use glue traps to catch a snake. So, like she read, you're supposed to nail a bunch of glue traps to a piece of plywood and leave it out. And then if the snake does come crawling out, well, it'll get stuck. Let's just see if there is something on these glue traps when we get back from Home Depot. Okay, back from the store. Let's check the glue trap. No snakes. Well, we decided against getting a bug bomb to kill it because we were reading on our phones, like trying to look up, is that even effective? And didn't seem like it even would be worth it. And also I would have felt bad about killing the snake. So I don't know. Hopefully the snake will find its own way out of here and we'll never see it again. Although I think technically it's very unlikely that we're gonna ever see the snake again because I don't even know how I'm gonna get my camera under here to show you. Turn it upside down. My sister sealed every single crack in, under, and around these cabinets with great stuff, you know, that expanding foam that comes in a can, and even better than just using great stuff, because apparently rats will chew through great stuff. They eat it. We put steel wool. Like we broke down steel wool pads and packed that into not just the cracks under the cabinets, but all over the house. I mean, while my sister was doing the kitchen, I did the bathroom, and then I did the closets, and I can kind of show you better in this closet. In here, basically, I went around the entire perimeter of the closet. First with steel wool, like jammed it into the crack, and then sprayed the great stuff, and then tried to pack it down in between these boards. And well, there's some areas where it's a little messier than others. But the important thing is, we are slowly but surely making this place as snake-proof and scorpion-proof as we can. A scorpion, I read online, only needs a gap of 1/16 of an inch to get into your house. So that's why all the furniture is still standing here in the middle of the room. You know, we moved the piano, we moved the rifle case. Everything is still just sitting here in the middle of the room because we want to pry off all the baseboards and do that same steel wool and expanding foam trick, or caulk wherever possible. You know, like if the crack is skinny enough, then we don't need to go through all the trouble of steel wool and expanding foam. We can just use, oh, we got all the silicone and latex caulk that we're gonna cover every dang baseboard in this house, and we're gonna go around. There's a couple of access points into the attic, and we're gonna seal those up. We're gonna get better doors that fit super tightly, and the same with the windows. And after all of that, well, hopefully wherever that snake went, we don't see him again, and we never get to meet any of his friends, at least not in the house. Hey, if they want to live out in the desert and be around our property and eat all the bugs, more power to them. I'm a huge fan of beneficial snakes, and I'm even a huge fan of venomous snakes. They're all part of the ecosystem. Just not in my house.